Hello, hello, you beautiful, beautiful soul. Welcome back to another episode of Your Aligned as Fuck Life with Shalvika, and I'm your host, Shalvika. This is the place where we keep it real when it comes to manifestation, mindset, and making magic happen in our lives. And today, what we are going to do is we are going to dive into something juicy as fuck: the art of not giving a fuck while manifesting. You know that feeling when you want something so badly that you're obsessing over it 24/7? You're like constantly checking if they have responded over your emails, or you're constantly stalking a person to see if they have responded to your DM, or you're constantly checking your messages to see if you received a notification from your bank saying that someone has paid you a deposit, right? And then watching it slip through your fingers, right? Has that ever happened to you? Because that has happened to me plenty in the past. We've all been there. I mean, that's what we end up doing when we really, really want something super badly. But today, what we are gonna do is we are gonna talk about why detachment might be the way, might be the secret secret superpower, so that you can find your way to manifesting whatever the fuck it is that you want. So here's the thing about manifestation that nobody really wants to hear. Sometimes caring too damn much is exactly what's blocking you from reaching your manifestation. I know, it sounds really backwards as fuck, but stick with me here. Let me talk you through it and see if that resonates with you. So think about it like dating. Think about, and I'm sure all of us have had that friend, or some of us have been that friend, where we want to date someone, but then you are so obsessed with this idea of dating someone that you end up with this really desperate, clingy energy, with this desperate vibe around you, and you actually, instead of attracting people, end up turning them away, right? That's exactly what happens when you are obsessing about your manifestations. Think about the universe or God or source, whatever it is that you believe in, the higher power that you believe in. I believe in the universe, right? So think about the universe as a person. And now think about you who say you want to meet the universe for a date, right? Because the universe is a person, and they have said that yes, they will meet you, but then you keep obsessingly texting them, you keep obsessingly opening their chats. What that's gonna do is that's gonna repel this person that's sitting in front of you, the universe, whatever powers that are bringing you your manifestations, right? And that's what ends up happening, because honestly, the universe is not into that shit. The universe is not into desperate energy. The universe is not into clingy behavior. The universe is not into you obsessing over them all the fucking time, right? But here's where it also kind of gets interesting, because I want to tell you that detachment does not mean not caring. It doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or playing small, or making your vision board and then just letting it sit there without taking any action ever. It does not mean that at all. What it means is having that trust in yourself, in your abilities, and the universe, to know that whatever belongs to you will find its way to you. And if it doesn't find its way to you, it probably did not belong to you in the first place. A very interesting way to put this, and I think I've probably talked about this in the past on my podcast, is hold on, but lightly. It's not like you let go of your desires. It's not like you let go of the things that you want to manifest. You hold on to it, but you hold on to it lightly. You don't hold on to it like tightly so that you are suffocating the fuck out of it, right? That's really important. So what I want to share with you today is also, of course, a personal story, right? At towards the end of 2024, around October, or around mid-October, I kind of realized that I have a big vision for my business, right? Like, I want big things from my business. I want to reach a lot of people. I want to impact a lot of people. I want to change a lot of lives. And that's been a driving factor for me for a very, very long time. But I also realized that the idea of putting myself out there, especially when it came to sales, was something that kind of stressed me out. When I thought about, I want to sign more one-on-one clients, a part of my brain was like, but why? Like, you already have enough, right? Why do you want more, right? So I decided to kind of play with that desire. I decided to kind of see where that desire gets me. And I decided to look at that desire slightly differently. Instead of obsessing about it, instead of being like, why aren't people booking my sales calls? Why aren't more people joining my email list? Why aren't more people doing this, that, whatever, right? What I decided to do instead was I decided to actually collect no's. And what do I mean by that is I decided that over a course of 20 days, I'm going to have 40 people say no to me. And in order for 40 people to say no to me, I needed to reach a lot of people. So when I got that no, it was actually a win for me, but because it was another tick on my tracker. And if you know me and if you've been around, you know that I'm someone who loves creating trackers, right? So what that actually did was it kind of opened me up to receiving more and more, because I was not obsessed so much about getting yeses. I was obsessed about getting no's. And even there, I wasn't really obsessed because I had a fixed number. I was like, once I get that, I'm done, right? And what unraveled after that, I cannot tell you. I have had my biggest quarter in business so far. I am currently booked out in my one-on-one coaching space. I don't have any more space right now to take new people in. And this is going to be the case till the month of May or June maybe of 2025. So what, instead of seeking yes, me seeking no's, what that really did was that it loosened my grip on that desire of mine to be fully booked out, on that desire of mine to make more money, to have more impact, right? It's a very twisted, backwards way of finding your way to desire. And this worked for me. Honestly, I just want to give a disclaimer here. This worked for me because the idea of gathering no's really, really fucking excited me. So for you, it's important to remember what excites you when you are on this journey of manifestation. There are no 5 steps that get you to your desires, because all of us are uniquely made. And if there were only 5 steps to get to your desires, everyone who followed those 5 steps would actually have all of their desires, right? So a big part of this is also intimately knowing who you are, what works for you, what makes you tick, what gets you excited. That's a big part of this as well, right? But I just wanted to share the story because me letting go of getting more and more clients to say yes was exactly the recipe that I needed to open myself up for receiving more and more, to loosen that grip that I had, that desperate energy, that clingy girlfriend energy that I had on my desire of signing more clients. The truth is, being unfuckable is not about not giving a fuck about anything. It's about giving the right fucks at the right time in the right amount. Right? And no one can know this better than you. Only you know it the best for yourself, because like I said, you tick differently than I do. So what works for you will work very differently for me. So, and what works for me probably will not work as effectively for you. But I just wanted to share that story to tell you how loosening my grip on desire was actually something that fulfilled a long-standing desire for me. And that's exactly where I got this idea of recording this episode for you, right? But then now that I'm sharing this, I'm sure a thought is coming to your head like, how the fuck do I do this practically, right? So let's talk about some practical shit. How do you practice? How do you actually practice this detachment without falling into the trap of pretending not to care? Oops, excuse me. Oops, excuse me. All right. How not to fall into the trap of pretending not to care and actually practice detachment with your desires. So the first technique that I wanted to talk to you about is delete the fantasy. And what I mean by that is stop obsessing over the how of your desires. And whenever I tell this to a client or I share it inside my ultimate manifestation community, one recurring question that I get is, how do we do that? How do we not think of the plan, the step, the process, the how part of it, right? So the first thing that I'm going to tell you to do is write down your desire, right? Like, I'm going to take a very simple example. Let's say you want to make X amount of money in the first quarter of this year, right? Write down that desire and then ask yourself, what if this does not come true? What's going to happen, right? The three questions, and I think I've probably talked about this because I love these three questions that I love asking myself when I'm toying with any desire is, if this doesn't come true, is anyone going to die? If this doesn't come true, am I gonna become bankrupt or lose like crores of rupees? And the third is, if this doesn't come true, am I gonna go hungry tomorrow? Because if you're here, if you have access to a podcasting platform and you're listening to me via headphones or AirPods or whatever, or if you're watching me on YouTube, chances are that you're not going to go hungry tomorrow. And if the answer to all of these three questions is no, it means, maybe you will feel sad, maybe you will not have progressed, and I'm using quotes here, like quote unquote progressed in your life or your business as much as you thought. But actually, absolutely, when you think about it, how is you not getting that desire going to affect your life? And in all practical purposes, it's not going to change your life or make your life worse, right? If it comes true, yes, it will change your life probably. But if no, it's not going to make your life worse, right? So if you want to make X amount of money, and if you're a business owner and you're making Y level and X level is, your next step, your higher level, your higher self business owner, you're still making Y level of money, right? So you not getting X is actually not going to answer yes to any of those three questions. So delete that fantasy that this one thing coming true in my life is going to change the entire course of my life. It's going to be this, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be this salvaging thing that's going to set me free, and it's going to do so many things for me. Yeah, maybe making more money is going to make things easier for you, but it's not going to be as big as you are currently thinking it is. Because think about it objectively. Think about 10 years ago. Again, we're going to take the example of money because it's just easier to work with money. But 10 years ago, think about the amount of money that you were making, and think about the amount of money that you're making now. Like, if I look at myself, I am like, I'm already living the life of my dreams. Do I want more? Yes. But I already have so much and more, right? So delete that fantasy. And another thing that I love telling my clients about the how specifically is, the universe is abundant. And by which what I mean is there are a million ways in which a desire can come to you. Again, let's take that example of you wanting to make X amount of money. Yes, that X amount of money can come from your business, or yes, that X amount of money can come from you getting a hike at your job. But it's also possible that, I don't know, one of your distant uncles kind of passes away and leaves you with a ton of cash. It's also possible that your partner can walk up to you tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm really appreciative of all the efforts that you have done, and here's some money, go buy something nice for yourself, right? What I mean is there are so many ways. You might just get a tax refund. You never know. Like, it's happened to me a few years ago where I got an unexpected tax refund, and I was just like, whoa, right? Like, where did that come from? I wasn't looking for it. So surrender the how. That's very important, because there's a million ways in which your desires can come to you, and our human brains sometimes aren't capable of fathoming all those millions of ways. So let the universe surprise you. Trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you. That is the first. Second is the this or something better mindset, right? So every time you catch yourself getting worked up about a specific outcome, add this or something better at the end of your statement, and watch how instantly it creates a shift in your energy. It feels slightly more expansive, like there is more breathing room when you are thinking about your desire, right? So I want X amount of money. This or something better. This or something better. This or something better. Always keep this thought going for yourself, and it's then easier to detach from your X amount of money, because you're like, yeah, X amount of money would be great, but this or something better, maybe there is another amount of money that's waiting for me, but I'm so obsessed about X that I'm not able to see that, right? So this or something better mindset, that's the second. And the third, and this is literally my favorite, and you will know why, is the still a bad bitch reframe. Okay, so hear me out. Complete the sentence. If this does not work out, I'm still a bad bitch. Remind yourself that your worth isn't attached to your desires. Your worth isn't attached to what you're able to or not able to manifest or make in your life, or whatever your desire really, really is, right? So if I don't make X amount of money, I'm still a bad bitch, and maybe I can make more, right? If I don't sign X number of clients, I'm still a bad bitch. I'll figure it out. I'll come up with something where I can attract more people, right? Like me going for more no's rather than seeking yeses, right? So these are my 3 practical steps for you to practice detachment, right? And now let us kind of get into some advanced level detachment work. This is where the real magic happens, right? The key in this is building such unshakable self-trust that you know in your bones that what's meant for you will come your way. And if it doesn't come your way, if it misses you, then that was probably not meant for you. And this takes time. I know it's taken me a lot of time to get to this place, but keep reminding yourself of that, because that's a really, really, really powerful detachment technique. So here's your homework for this week. Every time something doesn't go as planned, instead of feeling disheartened or freaking out or having a panic attack, just say, interesting. They said no. Interesting. I did not get that job. Interesting. The client did not sign up with me. Interesting. What if a no, right? And I just want to add that no is a perfectly acceptable answer in any situation, right? But what if a no is not really a no, but just a maybe for a future? Maybe you're not ready to receive that amount of money or handle that amount of money right now, or you're not ready to date that person right now, right? So no drama, no stories, just go, this is interesting, right? And watch how this tiny little shift actually changes everything, because it's going to change your energy. It's going to change the vibe with which you approach your desire. So that's it. That's all that I had for you today. But before we wrap up, I also really want to leave you with a journal prompt. So here it goes. What would you do differently if you knew the universe had your back no matter what? I'm going to repeat. What would you do differently if you knew the universe had your back no matter what? Sit with that. Journal on it, meditate on it, let it marinate. What would I do? Who would I be? How would I act? What identities will I embody if I knew that the universe has my back? That doesn't mean the universe is going to give me every single fucking desire that I have, but it's okay because I trust that whatever is best for me is going to find its way to me. So, what would you do differently if you knew that the universe had your back no matter what, right? So, remember, you amazing soul, you're not letting go of your dreams, you are letting go of the death grip that's suffocating your desires. Not giving a fuck is not about not caring, but it's about loosening that obsessive energy that you approach when you approach any of your desires. So before I wrap up today, I also wanted to invite you to my ultimate manifestation community. I'm going to put a link in the show notes. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's going to be a link in the description. Oh my God, I just forgot the word of the thing, but anyway, there's going to be a link. You can find the link to the ultimate manifestation community. This is a community of people like you who are interested in manifesting the life of their dreams, who want to learn techniques and rituals and ways in which they can manifest their dreams while also taking care of their nervous systems. We are not a community that just goes out and talks about positive vibes only, unicorns farting rainbows everywhere. Nope, we are not doing that. We get down in the trenches, we get dirty, we do the shadow work, we do a lot of journaling, we do a lot of self-questioning, we ask ourselves constantly about what our perceptions are about this world and how we can change them, so that we can attract and become our highest selves and manifest every single desire that you have. So the link is in the bio, in the show notes, wherever you're watching this. I invite you to this because it's a community. So you're not just going to learn from me, but you're also going to learn from one another. You're going to meet other people, like-minded people who are going to be on the same journey as you. You may find your accountability partners. You may find your manifestation bestie inside this group. And I cannot wait to welcome you. I cannot wait to see you inside. And if you love this episode, please subscribe to my podcast, share it with your friends, share it with anyone you might think will find this useful, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. You'll know my handle in the closing notes. There will also be a handle in my show notes. I cannot wait to see you. Welcome to this world. If this is your first time watching me, welcome to this world of manifestation, and I hope you're able to practice detachment from all of your desires, and I hope you become super fucking pro at manifesting. All right, that's all that I have for today. Ciao.